Hi there, I'm Rev.
And I'm Sam.
And we are traveling around America's Great Loop aboard the Here's to Us.
Yeah, it's a 6,000-mile journey, and we're getting near the halfway point. But today we're going to tell you about our trip from
Kingfisher Bay Marina, which is in Demopolis, Alabama, over to Bobby's Fish Camp, which is in Silas, Alabama.
Yeah, Silas, Alabama. So it's a long run. And so a couple of the looper captains, we got together the night before, and we were looking at potential anchorages to go, and make it kind of 2 trips. However, we couldn't find anything suitable, so we decided, well, let's get up early, see if we can get through the Demopolis lock, which is just about 2 miles downstream from the Kingfisher Marina, and we'll make a run and we'll get to Bobby's. And we also looked on one of our planning aids called Nebo to see how many boats were at Bobby's, and it looked like there weren't many boats between Bobby's and us, so it looked like, hey, there would be space at Bobby's. Another thing I did was I called the lock.
Yeah,
I called the Coffeyville lock, which is just south of Bobby's, and asked them if there was any suitable place to tie up there at the lock. And I really couldn't understand what they said, because I asked the question to the lockmaster, and I got something back like, Bobby's. And I don't speak Alabama. So anyway, I'm sure the guy was trying to tell me something, but I could not understand the dialect and accent. So I just said, well, thank you very much. But I think what he was telling me is I'd be better off at Bobby's. So that's what we plan to do.
Yes. We did start out early in the morning. We thought we were going to sleep in, but we had to get up early. Just as we were backing out of our slip, we had turned and we were going down the fairway. What do you call that?
Yeah, the fairway.
Fairway? Mm-hmm. Yeah, going down the fairway. And then all of a sudden, I hear this honk.
It's a honk. It was
Sam
a horn. It was
is honking the horn.
Steady horn. A horn blast of about at least 10 seconds. I think I woke up the entire city of Demopolis.
It was 6 o'clock in the morning, so you probably did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
as I was coming down the fairway, here comes a 46-foot Carver. Just decides to try to back out right in front of me, and I laid on the horn. I put the boat in neutral and in reverse, and I think they heard the horn. Rev didn't know what was going on.
This is what it looks like. This is what that actual event looked like. What? Whoa. Okay, he's trying. It's all right. She said, sorry, we didn't see you.
So you got to be on your toes. It's early in the morning. Everybody's in a rush to get there, right. And you're not thinking, oh, you've got to be on your toes.
Yeah. So we left Kingfisher Marina. We were in Black Warrior, Tom Bigby part of the river.
Right.
We passed a water tower that said Demopolis on the left, and then we headed down to the lock.
Yeah, so
Demopolis lock.
Good for the water tower. We knew we were in the right place, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, all the boats coordinated to get into the lock. We got into the lock. The locking went well. And we knew that one of the boats, in fact, the boat that had backed out into us, not a looper. We later found out he was a delivery captain in a hurry. Wanted to go.
Right, because even before we got to the lock, he was right on our tail all the way to the lock.
Yeah.
And then when we got in the lock, he was behind us, I believe.
Yeah.
So we got through the lock. We passed a barge that was coming toward us.
Yeah, called American Strong.
Getting ready to go through the lock. That one wasn't American Strong.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, it was? Well,
Yeah,
they got
American
around.
Strong.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so we've seen them a couple times.
Mm.
So we got through the lock. I coordinated with one of the looper boats to pass him on the 2, which meant his port, my starboard, and I was in the process of making that pass at a respectable 10 miles an hour, and he had slowed down so we could make a slow pass. And all of a sudden, on my port, here comes delivery captain, didn't call, and waked us to the point where it knocked us a good 45 degrees off course. And, you know, the people in back of us said that our dinghy had gone under the water because it's on a freedom lift. So, anyway, that captain is in a hurry. And so...
Yes.
Yes.
So we just decided just to let them go on, and
he's not going to ruin our day.
That's right, not going to ruin our day. So along the way, we saw a few industrial buildings and things like that. We saw some beautiful cliffs and bridges along the way. It was just, I don't know why people say that they don't like the rivers, because it's all new to us, and I just think everything is,
I suppose
I don't know,
if
it's
you've
cool.
been up and down it 5 or 10
Well,
times, it
maybe.
might be boring, but
No.
to us it was really neat. A lot of scenery, peaceful in some places, industrial like Rev said. And then we also saw the remnants of the old Rooster Bridge that has some storied history to it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello from the bridge of the Here's to Us. We are approaching mile 201.6 on the Tom Bigby Black Warrior River. And what you're seeing up ahead is the remains of the old Rooster Bridge at mile 201.6. When this bridge was still intact, in April of 1979, the towboat Cahaba, that's C-A-H-A-B-A, went under the bridge, and believe it or not, came up on the other side of the bridge upright. You can Google it on the internet and find out the details. I guess there's many pictures of it. But anyways, that's what happened back here in April of 1979. Hey, let's take a look at the Garmin auto guidance. Looks like it's drawn a pretty straight line there, and we'd be pretty safe at following it, wouldn't we? Well, let's take a little look here and see what's going on underneath the bridge with all that clutter. Well, take a look at that line and see if that turn wouldn't wake you up. I have no idea why the Garmin auto guidance does this, but it will get your attention, particularly right under a bridge, making that turn very close to a bridge pillar. So just a heads up when using the automation on the Garmin auto guidance.
The landscape started to change, and we started seeing sandy beaches along the river.
Yeah, and a sailboat that was actually beached.
Beach sailboat. It looks
just kind of
so
abandoned
weird.
Up there.
Yes. Yeah. And then right down from them, we saw a pontoon boat had pulled up. The family...
I'm like a picnic out there.
yeah, like it was a real beach out there in the middle of the river.
But anyway, this part of the Black Warrior Tom Bigby River is just back and forth and back and forth, and you see like, okay, there's big loops on
very
there.
winding road.
And a lot of anchorages, a lot of places where we could have anchored, but we're pressing on to get the bobbies. And barges.
Those anchorages just seemed to be on the side of the river. So if we had a boat that had a shorter draft, then we probably could have stayed there, but I don't think I would be very comfortable with the anchorages as we saw them. Yeah.
All right, so a lot of barges too, a lot of barge traffic, and so a lot of work on the radio, and also trying to time it so that we were, passing a barge that wasn't in a turn. So we would look out on our AIS and try to figure out, okay, they're going to be on a straight course. That would be a good place to pass them. And also coordinating with the boats that were behind us so that they knew.
That's smart, because with the winding river, you had to look ahead.
Yeah, we really had to look ahead.
What was coming.
Yeah.
The water, though, turned flat, and it was just so peaceful. It was incredible. I don't even know how to explain it. You can just watch the video of what that looked like.
Yeah, very, very flat and calm. Railroad bridge?
You know, I've got a thing for bridges now. I make Sam call me every time there's a bridge because I don't want to miss one. But I love the ones with the little houses up there like that one had.
Yeah. So what else do we see on there?
More fall colors.
Yeah.
All beautiful. We thought we were done with fall, but we were not. It was beautiful.
About the last 3 hours of our trip, though, was spent coordinating with a boat called Adagio. So we give a shout out to Dave and Denise, who really helped. They were on station at Bobby's Fish Camp. And the thing about Bobby's Fish Camp is there's a sign up there that says, if you're not willing to raft off or let boats raft off of you, then move on. It's mandatory that you raft there. There's very little space there, so sometimes boats are 2 and 3 deep rafted. And so we had given them also a heads up of the rogue delivery captain. And guess what? We got a call back from them saying he had arrived and waked everybody at Bobby's. Surprise. So from almost backing out in front of us to waking us after the Demopolis lock, he arrives at Bobby's. And guess what? He doesn't want anybody to raft with him. So they politely pointed to the sign, and I think he finally got the message.
So we did end up having a really nice evening there with the other loopers. We ate at Bobby's Fish Camp. It's a cool little restaurant there.
You must do it.
The waitresses are really, really fun people. We had a great time there.
Great cooking, and got a whole catfish.
Yeah, I know. It was awesome.
Yeah, so anyway, that is our day from Demopolis. I think it was about
Bobby's.
Bobby's.
Right.
Anyway.
We'll see you next time.
On the Here's to Us on America's Great Loop. Thanks for watching.